Imagine looking into your mother's face and finding nothing. No smile, no frown, just a blank, unresponsive wall. This is the still face experiment, a haunting look into what happens when a child's emotional needs are ignored. In minutes, the infant goes from reaching out to screaming in distress, before finally collapsing into a state of hopeless withdrawal. For most, this was just a 3-minute study. But for millions, this is a way of life. Today, we're unpacking the psychology of the ignored child, the most prevalent yet misunderstood form of maltreatment in the world. We often think of trauma as something active, a hit or a shout. But neglect is an act of omission. It is the abuse of absence, the failure to provide the attention and protection a child needs to survive and thrive. Despite being less visible than physical abuse, neglect is the most common form of maltreatment, substantiated in over half of all confirmed cases. It comes in many forms: physical neglect, failing to provide food, shelter, or supervision. Emotional neglect, the persistent lack of nurturance or responsiveness to a child's distress. Educational and medical neglect, ignoring a child's school attendance or life-threatening health needs. In dysfunctional families, children often adopt survival roles. The most silent one? The invisible child. These children learn to stay under the radar to avoid burdening stressed or struggling parents. They are often too good, compliant, quiet, and self-sufficient, because they've realized their needs simply don't matter to the adults in charge. Because no one mirrored their value back to them, they grow up with an identity void. They feel like a ghost child, without physical substance, questioning their very right to exist. This isn't just a feeling. Chronic neglect actually restructures the developing brain. When a child is ignored, their HPA axis, the body's stress response, is constantly flooded with cortisol. This toxic stress causes shrinkage in the hippocampus, leading to memory gaps and learning difficulties. An overactive amygdala, creating a state of hypervigilance where the child is constantly scanning the room for threats. Reduced prefrontal cortex volume, making it incredibly hard to regulate emotions or solve problems as an adult. It even leaves epigenetic marks on your DNA, changing how your genes are expressed for a lifetime. How does the ignored child survive into adulthood? They develop survival mechanisms that look like personality traits, but are actually trauma responses. 1. Trauma-based perfectionism. The belief that being perfect is the only way to be worthy of love or to stay safe from criticism. 2. The fawn response. An automatic tendency to please and appease others to avoid conflict or abandonment. 3. Hyperindependence. A lone wolf mentality that rejects help because relying on others feels dangerous. 4. Alexithymia. Having no words for feelings because your emotions were never validated as a child. The injury to the heart from neglect is profound, but healing is possible. Modern therapy offers powerful tools to rewire the nervous system. Internal Family Systems, IFS. This involves reparenting your inner child, connecting with the exiled parts of yourself that were ignored, and providing the warmth they missed. EMDR and somatic therapy. These help process trauma stored in the body and nervous system rather than just talking about it. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. To challenge the false belief that you are insignificant or worthless. You were not born to be invisible. You were born to be seen. Reclaiming your voice starts with acknowledging that your needs were valid then, and they are valid now. If you found this helpful, hit Hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the mechanics of the human mind. You matter. See you in the next one.